me tell you guys about the time that I pulled the square cook at Tipton Correctional Center, being a little old line server. What the fuck happened? Story time. So now, when you first get to Tipton Correctional Center, which is level 1 camp in Missouri, they're going to assign you a job. It's a work camp, basically, and as long as I got a position that needs filled, you're going to get put in the kitchen. And that's exactly where they put me, was in the kitchen, morning shift, line server. A line server's going after the cooks and everything. They basically go in there for the 2 hours to get the line served, and they clean up the line, and they get to leave after that. We all know me, I got good energy, good personality, and I'm on that motherfucker having fun. Okay, I'm in that motherfucker showing out, I'm doing the most, I'm being the loudest, and I want to be seen, and I was seen very much so. So me and her kept eyeballing each other, you know what I mean, throughout the days I was a line server. We started to talk a little bit on the side, nothing too serious. And then she calls me in the office one day and she wants to make me a line cook. Now what does that mean to become a line cook? Line cook means I gotta get up earlier and I gotta stay later and I gotta work harder. I actually gotta work. But if that meant a chance to get a pack or some pussy, I'm in. For those of you that aren't hip to lingo, a pack is basically you get cigarettes, drugs, cell phones, anything you possibly need from the streets. If you got a relationship like this with a staff member, you might be able to get them to bring something in. Well, not this one. She started sneaking me stuff like Reese's and street food and like little snacks and stuff, little cute little stuff like that. But I never pushed the issue about anything else because, well, nobody knew about it thus far. So it's just between me and her and the couple people that were in the kitchen that kind of seen it, kind of had an intuition about what was going on. And one CO by the name of Zer Miller. Zer Miller, if you're watching this or if anybody knows CO Zer Miller from Tipton, tell him to watch this. Hey, Zer Miller, it happened, it was going on. Sorry, that was really immature of me. Anyway, Zer Miller started getting hip to it. He started watching us more and he started being aware of our time in the cooler together and the time we were spending together talking. And he kept trying to get me fired from the kitchen. But you can't fire Cody. You can't get me fired. I'm a hard-working son of a bitch. When I get to it, I'm to it. And everybody loves me. I got a good personality and I got good energy. So I didn't go too much in his favor, but he hated the fact that he could not get me fired. And she loved the fact that we got to spend more time together. So he started watching us more, like I said, and he started to have his little suspicions of such shit that was going on, but he could never nail it to a cross. And like I said, he started watching us more and tried to be more aware, and he tried to catch the shit that we were doing, but he couldn't catch me. He couldn't nail me to a cross like Jesus. He couldn't do that to me. Yeah. So anyways, me and her started talking, and we started talking about more of a coitus type of situation. How could we get that off? What could be done about it? Well, we found out Zer Miller was off on Sundays and Mondays. Well, Sundays was pretty much the best day to get this done. So we had it set up for next Sunday. The first time your boy's gonna get a piece of that see, in about 2.5 years. So Saturday night, your boy's in the shower getting all cleaned up. In about 2.5 years, I'm sitting there thinking about how good it's about to be. Boy, yeah. And I'm in prison. This has always been a thing of mine, my first time in prison. And I've never thought it would be possible. Like, I thought this was just shit you seen in movies. This was real. It was going down. The next day, Sunday morning. Stay around for part 2.